Okay, so that's how you get them to executive marketing director. So we're good with that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the first goal. Now the main thing that you want to do after you help them to get to that goal, or as you're working with them to get to that goal, is you want to understand why they want to do this. It's really important that you get this piece. Because so many of us will say, oh, they're excited, they want to really do this business, I'm going to help them. And then I'll ask them, so why do they want to do it? They're excited, they really want to do this business, but we don't know why they want to do it. You've got to ask them why. Because that why is when they get in from work that day if they're working, and they have 4, 6, 10 hours a week to work their business. If that why isn't strong enough, they're not going to do it. They're going to watch TV, they're going to say, I really want to make the money, but I don't know, what comes on TV now? Yeah, that show tonight. You know, I want to watch that show tonight. So that's what they're going to do. And they'll say, I'll do it tomorrow night. And tomorrow night the same thing happens. So you've got to get their why. You've got to understand what that is. So that's what's most important.
Yeah. Guys, the reason why we put this together, or the Majestic Eagles put this together, is this. The biggest thing about network marketing is the two biggest fears, well, one of the biggest fears, is people come in and they don't know what to do. Two things that the people that you talk to, when you bring them in, they want to know what to do and what to say. And we're going to teach you both of them. We're going to talk about the approaches in a minute. But what to do. So you got it right here. Your group, again, in Minnesota will be doing exactly what you're doing here in Fort Worth. Does that make sense? So, because here's the deal. Unless a person is an entrepreneur, most people have never worked for themselves. They can't figure it out, right? And so we'll just get people in and we'll say to ourselves, well, I hope you make some money and make me some too. Everybody out there just, it's kind of like, and so that's what this does together. All those pieces. How many of y'all have really wished for a system? Wish you had something concrete that you could give everybody, and everybody could do the same thing. Well, that's this. This is part of the system. It's the quick start system. So when you get somebody started, they know exactly, you know what to do, and guess what? When they sponsor somebody else, they know exactly. So you just spread it throughout your organization. Systems are very important because most people, we feel, we come into the company, it's like a puzzle. They're trying to figure out, they figure out a little bit here, they figure out a little bit here. Y'all, have you ever experienced that? Right? And they don't know how to put all the pieces together. That's what this does. It puts all the pieces of the puzzle together. So you don't have to wonder anymore. Okay?
So, and when you're talking to them about their why, you're just asking them, they'll just start rolling things off. You know, just rolling things off, like time freedom. And some people will just write time freedom down. I'm going to ask them to take it a step further. What does that mean? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Because everybody in here will say, I want financial freedom, I want time freedom. But it means so many different things to so many different people. So you want to ask them. And when they begin to see that you're really interested in their goals, not yours, in their goals and their dreams, that relationship continues to grow and it gets stronger. And now they become a business partner. And that's really important because the next thing you're going to have to do with them is get dead serious and look them in their eyes and say that if you truly want to be a business partner, then there are no excuses. None. Such as you will attend all of the conference calls on Monday night. And you will have guests on those calls. And if you don't have a guest, you will be on the call. That's what a leader does. And if you're serious about your financial freedom or your time freedom, which looks like this for you, being able to spend time with your family, being able to pick up your daughter or your son from school, being able to be at some of those events, then you'll also be at all the conferences. You'll make that sacrifice. I'm going to do it. And if I'm partnering with you and you want to be a leader, that's what you will have to do. And then you're going to tell them that, you know, conferences are one big conference a year and we have regionals, so start preparing yourself now. And by doing that, and we build this the right way together, we're gonna take some really cool trips. You know, like in February, a lot of the folks at this table, they're going to Punta Cana. You're going?
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana, Mexico, you're going?
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, DR, yeah. So many people in this room are going because they set out to have that goal in mind. But I'll be honest with you, Raymond and I don't work towards trips. We just build our business. And it just happens. Because when you do it the right way, it just will flow. People would ask me, I would tell you that all the trips that we have won, we have basically been told that we won. I don't keep up with the tag numbers. You know, I don't. Somebody, come on, do you know you guys are? Really? No idea. Because that's not what this is all about for us, but it is about building up people and making sure that they're there. So that's what, if you really begin to understand that, that's what this is all about when you're sitting down doing the quick start training with folks that really want to build a business. If they're just a customer, you're only going to go over those first 5 things that we talked about, but if they're really wanting to build a business, you're going to go over the requirements it takes to be a leader. And then they got to have tools, so they're going to have to invest in their business. We tell them that they need the Z-Radical CDs, the Z-Radical brochures, the Best of Their Doctors Don't Lie CDs, because when someone gets started, you're going to want to give them some tools to get them started. We give them 3 to 5 Best of Their Doctors Don't Lie. We give them about 5 to 10 Z-Radical brochures, and then we will give them a set of Z-Radical CDs so that they can hear how it's harvested. Here's some testimonials. It's all right there. So you've got to invest in your business, and that means investing back in them. So it's really important that you do that. And then you tell them about the books. You've already heard about the books. You tell them about the CDs. And then there's a CD that we made, The Truth Will Set You Free, Only If You Want It. We tell them to get that because it talks about the approaches. So it's real key that you do that. And then you want them to schedule a happy, healthy hour. And you want it fast. I don't care if it's 5 people there, 2 people, whatever it is, you want them to schedule a happy, healthy hour because now they see how it works and they can do the exact same thing with the next person and there's activity going on. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Any questions? The Truth Will Set You Free, only if you want it.
Yeah, so guys, even if you have a long distance group, right, and they want to have a happy, healthy hour, all you do is have them to put you on speaker, right, and do the same thing that we did this morning.
Or Skype.
Or Skype, or whatever it is. And just do it that way. Just have people over and you just talk. We have a script here of what to say and what to do. You just talk. And the testimonies. Remember, facts tells, but stories what? Say. So people, they come in and they give their stories so they can have anybody can have an HHH. Don't make a big thing out of it. Have a few people over. We don't get it, if you go to Louisiana, man, they start feeding you gumbo and the functions and all that. That ain't duplicatable. So if you're gonna serve something, we always tell them, serve some, get just little bottles of water and maybe some cheese and some fruit. Don't make it real expensive because it ain't duplicatable. Especially if you're having them over and over and over. There's something there because they ain't there for that, right? You want to get it last. What's the most important part of the meeting?
Meeting after
the meeting after the meeting, right? So you want to get 1 hour and that's it. Let them taste the Z-Radical. They're going to sit around and talk, ask questions and munch on, some fruit or whatever.
That's exactly right. So that is the quick start training. So it's very simple for you, and what we basically do is when folks go out and do a quick start training, they can sit there with this and they can just read every step that they need to do. So that's how simple it is. And guys, when people see that you're reading it, and even though you may know it, I could have done this without the sheet in front of me, but I wanted you to see that I can read it and I can do it, and you can do it too. So that's how simple it is. Just don't try to show people that you're a star or whatever, and you know this by heart, they will see that you're doing it. I can do that. And the next person can do it. And the next person can do it. You always want to keep that in the back of your mind that, you know, so everybody can sit there and read it and check off step by step as to what needs to be done.
It's all about the system. How many guys in here like football? You watch football? Okay. How many guys like the New England Patriots in here? That's your team? I hate them. I don't like the stepchildren. I hate them. But let me tell you something. If I ever wanted to be on a team, it would be the New England Patriots. You know why? Because of that system that they got. Have y'all noticed how they win each year?
Even without Tom Brady.
Even without Tom Brady. It's the system that makes them that good and that consistent. Guys, so remember we have the highest retention rate in the country, the Majestic Eagles, right? It's a reason for that. It is the combination of things we do, especially the system. Nobody is bigger than the system. So we just follow the system. People call me, Ray, what am I supposed to do? See, pull your quick start out. Right here, read that. What does it say do? Okay, giving, he wants to start giving 5 Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD, blah, 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 right? There it is, it's a system. You don't have to know this thing. Don't make this thing hard, just follow the system.
And think about, to break it down for you even more, think about McDonald's. Why do you think 18, 21-year-old folks can run a McDonald's? It's because of the system. They just open a book and they just follow what's in those training manuals, and that makes it just that simple. So now, what makes it simple to talk to people, to invite people to Happy Healthy Hour? Everybody always asks us, well, what do I say when I want to talk to somebody? How do we do that? Well, that's part of the 8 steps. And the first piece of the 8 steps, in order for you to talk to people, you have to make a list of names. That is the first thing that you have to do, is to make that list of names. I don't care if they're in New York, New Jersey, I don't care where they are. You just make the list of names, and that's where we're going to start. But then, what do I say? The approach. All
right, so now, guys, this is the part that everybody loves around the world. The approach. The approach. Why do people don't want to join this company or join network marketing?
Rejection.
What? Rejection. I don't care who you are. Nobody likes rejection. Let me ask some people. Yes. Have you ever been rejected doing this business? How does it make you feel? Horrible. You're all high and excited. After you leave there, has anybody ever went to somebody and you just poured your heart out? You gonna die if you don't take these products. And they turned you down. Yeah, anybody experienced that?
Yep.
And you go home and say, what did I do, Lord? How about this one? I wish I could have said something different. How about you get
Or we had your sponsor with you, I wish you would have told them this. This is probably why we lost them. You know, but your sponsor knows what should be told, you know, so just let the sponsor do what they're supposed to do. But that's what this is all about, with that approach.
Okay, so the approach, the reason why people don't want to join us is because the number one reason is fear of rejection. And nobody likes to be rejected. I've been in sales 42 years and it kills me to be rejected. So we have a way where you don't ever get rejected. How would you like to hear about that? Would that help you build your business?
Yeah.
Would you pick up the phone more? Would you approach more people if you didn't get rejected? Right?
Yep.
So if you write this down, the approach is everything. The approach is everything. It will determine how long people stay in your business, if they duplicate, how strong of an organization you will have. Everything starts with that first word, approach. the system, none of that works without the right approach. So, we're going to kind of cut it short and kind of do it this way. The approach is you're going to qualify people. Everybody understand what that means, qualify?
Yep.
So, in other words, guys, believe it or not, everybody don't qualify for this business, for these products or anything else. But see, we've been taught through sales, if anybody been in sales, that you gotta make the sale. If you don't make the sale, something's wrong with you. You should have said this and you should have said that. No, you don't. You can't be responsible for other people. We want people to come into this business for their reasons, not yours. So, if you use any convincing, if you use any trickery, if you use any, what's another word?
Scare tactics.
Scare tactics. Oh, and I just love this when I see them. And ladies, y'all good about this. You know how you get that little soft voice? But you really don't have to sell, but it'll help you out. You should just come to the meeting. Right? Yeah, we've seen it all. You know people, you do it. And here's the reason why, because you haven't been taught anything different. What do they teach us? They teach us, oh, how about this? How many people have heard this one? You gotta go through the numbers to get to the right one. You gotta go through enough yeses, enough no's to get to the yes. How many people have heard that?
Yep.
That's a lie. How about this one? You gotta throw enough mud up against the wall to see what sticks. Right? You heard that one? Right? How about you can't say the wrong thing to the right person? You ever heard that? That's a big fat lie. And the reason they teach us that is because they don't know any other way to teach us. So that's what we call traditional selling. Today we're going to talk about natural selling, what's natural to us as human beings and how we communicate with each other. Would you like that? Okay, so here's the natural way. First of all, you want to write at the top of your page, qualified. Okay? So, when you go into a conversation, let's say if Lisa, I see Lisa, and Lisa tells me she's got acid reflux. If I make up in my mind that I'm going to get Lisa on these products, I predetermined I'm going to do whatever it takes, then I'm setting myself up for failure. So here are 4 things, principles that you want to kind of remember. The first thing in this, now, what this is all about, guys, is about a conversation. Everybody say conversation. Conversation. Okay, a conversation like you're having with your brother or your sister or one of your children. That's the kind of conversation it's going to be. Now, in the beginning, it's not going to be that natural because you're going to be, like anything else, bad at it before you get good at it, right? All right, so this is going to be conversational, right? And the first thing we're going to find out, I'm going to find out, or you're going to find out about Lisa is, does Lisa have a problem? What kind of problem could it be? She could have a health issue. In this conversation, this is what you're going to find out. She could have a financial issue. It could be an issue that she just want to be around positive people. But you're going to find that out in this conversation. Number 2, we're going to find out if Lisa is ready to do something about her problem or her challenge. Right? Because you ever talk to people, they got diabetes, and you come up with something and they say, well, let me think about it. Anybody ever done that other than me? Yeah. So we don't, look, here's the deal. We don't want to waste your time or their time. We're not trying to fool people. Okay? But the third thing, we're going to find out. What is the third thing, guys? What? Are they ready to change? And here's the biggest one that's going to blow your mind. stay away from the outcome of the conversation. Does everybody know what that means? That means emotionally, you don't care whether they sign up or not. And you're not going to try and sign them up. That goes against everything we've been taught. But you will emotionally stay away from the conversation. Because if you're emotionally involved in whether or not Lisa's going to join us or get on the product, you're going to start seeing the things that you know that's not true. Hedging a little bit. And you're not going to feel good about yourself. Remember, this is going to be a heart-to-heart conversation where you're just going to have with Lisa or your person. Now, it sounds like that takes time, but let me tell you something. It's better to sponsor one person a week that qualifies than 20 of them and they quit the next month. So, and that's what we've been doing. We've been just trying to get people in any kind of way we can, and we can't figure out where to go. So, the conversation with her, we're going to stay away from the outcome. Okay? Is there anything else we add to that, guys?
You don't want to be desperate. You don't want to seem like you're desperate.
Yeah, never. I mean, you're just having a conversation with somebody. Because who has the problem, Lisa or me?
Lisa.
Right. Now, when I say stay away from the conversation, let me ask you something. Do people have a right to be sick if they choose to?
Yes. Yes.
Most of us don't believe it because we think we God. Girl, you better get on this stuff. You know you're going to die. You know, don't we? Don't be saying that. Just get all excited. You know. Right. We say things like, so, but anyway, so the conversation goes like this. Write the words past, present, and future. Now, before we go into this conversation, there's a couple of sorry guys. There's a couple of things that we got to know. I had them on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. Number one, have we been taught in life or as kids to be very expressive or good listeners? Expressive. Guess what you got to be with these approaches? Great listener. Not just a good listener, but a great listener. Listen, you are a part of the sale, if there's a sale to be made, as much as the product is, or Dr. Wallach is. If they don't buy you, chances are they won't buy the product, and if they do, they won't stay around. Why would Lisa buy me in this conversation? Because I listened to her. Not 50. Yeah. I remember when y'all ladies, and I'll give you a good example. We always say this with Majestic Eagles. Y'all ladies remember if you're not married. And he listens. Until we got married. Right? So everybody, it's human nature. This is what we call natural self. It's human nature for us to fall or want to be a part of somebody that cares about us. And how do we make people care? We listen to them. Guys, that's not an easy thing to do when you read, especially men. We've been taught to be expressive. So I've got to listen to Lisa and hang on to every word that she says. Now, what I mean by that is you don't break in with me. Lisa says she has acid reflux. You don't jump in and say, girl, my sister had that. You don't do that. 100% of your focus has got to be on every word that she says. You don't interrupt. Girl, I know that. None of that stuff. You listen. It's a gift that we give to each other. Success is a lifetime of listening to people. You want to be successful? Be a good listener. And we were never taught that. We were always taught to be what? Good talkers. So you gotta listen. I cannot teach you, or nobody can teach you to be a salesperson. Most people, that's a natural instinct that they have or they don't have, right? Like the grandma down the street, right? But can you teach people to listen? Can you learn to just be quiet and listen? Can you do that? Can anybody in your organization do that?
Yes.
Well, most people can. Some people got people in your organization, you can't shut them up no matter what you see, right? So, here's the key. Here's the secret, guys. Ask questions and listen. Shut up and listen. Now, you got to know what questions to ask, right? Now, guys, so we're going to go back to the past, to the present, past, present, and future. Right? Now, when you get to, we're going to suggest a book. We're just touching the tip of the iceberg. It is such a beautiful feeling. The name of the book is this. I'll repeat it again. Is How to Sell Network Marketing Without Fear, Anxiety, or Losing Your Friends. Kind of spread it around. You got up here. The girl got a jam. Now, it says without fear, anxiety, or losing your friends. How many people in the NFL club in here? No friends left. Right? From being, you've been in other network marketing companies, you done approached all your friends, and you've been in this one, and you trying to talk them into it, and you run them off. Well, with this, you don't run people off. They are attracted to you. Let me tell you, listening is a very attractive mode. I can't explain it, but you'll feel it. Once you start doing it and get good at it, you start feeling that thing between you and that other person. And they don't feel it. It's a harmony. It's like an orchestra playing the angelic music or something, right? So, the author is Michael Oliver. So here's the way the conversation is going to go between Lisa and I. So you can use any scenario. You're at the car wash, or ladies, you're at church, or wherever it might be, and you get to talking. And women are better at this than men, because y'all will start talking about your health quicker than us, right? I don't know why we senior citizens still think we 10 foot tall and bulletproof. I don't know why. Women are just communicators, and what are y'all, gatherers of communication? Is that the right? We are hunters, or whatever that's supposed to be, right? I'll give you a good example. If you go in the bathroom, Susan and Lisa may not know each other. They can meet each other in the bathroom, and maybe before they come out, Susan will know Lisa's second child's birthday. What's your name, sir? Rich. Rich and I, we go in the bathroom. Most things we say to each other, unless we're not talking about in this environment. In the regular environment, we look at each other. What's up? That's it. That's the way we do. Right? We don't communicate like y'all do. Right? So that's why women you'll see more women in this industry than you do men. Right? So, all right, so let's go. Lisa and I are talking. You're talking. We're having a conversation. The first principle is to relax. Relax in this conversation. So we get to talking, and we hadn't seen each other since college or what have you, or church. We used to go to the same church. We began to see each other. So Lisa gets to talking, and we haven't seen each other 10, 15 years. And we get to, Lisa, how you doing? Doing all right? So we get to talk. How's your health these days? We get a little long in the tooth. How you doing? Great. First, everybody says, I'm doing fine, but I just got a little acid reflux. You fine, but you got a little, I heard it, I'm fine. I just found out I got cancer, but I'm going to beat it, I'm fine. There people always say fine, right? No matter what. So Lisa says she got acid reflux. Now, do we have products? Have you ever heard of our products reversing acid reflux? Yes?
Yes.
So we know we got something can help Lisa, right? What do we normally do? Lisa said when she got a disease, acid reflux, those champagne corks just start popping. Oh, I got me one now. Right? We get all excited. Well, you know what? Don't do that. Because people want to be involved in the conversation. There's a Chinese proverb, involve me and I will follow you. Okay? So Lisa, so Lisa, I got, Raymond, you know, since the last time we saw each other, I don't know about you, but I developed a little acid reflux. And it's common with Lisa. And you ask Lisa about her past. Lisa, how long have you had it? How long have you had it? And be quiet and listen. You with me? Just listen. Listen. Spiritually. Number 2, Lisa says, well, you know, Ray, I've had this stuff now about 4 or 5 years I've been dealing with it. So I let Lisa might go on for 2 or 3 minutes. Then I asked Lisa, I say, oh yeah, Lisa, well, what are you doing about it now? Which means the what? The present. What are you doing about it now, Lisa? And be quiet. Lisa said, well, Ray, now this is where Lisa either qualifies or she doesn't qualify. I'm going to give you 2 examples when she qualifies. Let's give the first one when she qualifies. See, Lisa says, well, I asked her, well, what are you doing about it now? Well, Ray, the doctor got me on this, the purple pill, the Nexium, and he's also added something to it. So, yeah. And I said, well, Lisa, how is that working out for you? This is just an open conversation. I ain't trying to hide nothing, right? Lisa says, well, you know what, Ray? I'll be honest with you. I've been taking this stuff now for about 2 years. I still can't eat spicy food. I have to prop my bed up at night, you know, to let my food go down. Sometimes I have to sleep in a lounger. Anybody ever heard that? All night long. I said, well, yeah. I said, wow. So I said, well, Lisa, if it's not doing you any good, are you planning on staying on the Nexium and whatnot, or you think about doing something else since it's not doing you any good? She says, well, Ray, you know what? I wish it was something out there that could help me. I really do. I'm tired of this. You know, a year from now, this stuff may have eaten a hole in my esophagus. I've heard of people doing this.